Happy June 2025 to the sign that this is. I'm feeling super joyful right now. My name is Virgo Saint. I'm so excited to be here. We're basically doing a sort of meeting the prophecy of June, zodiac specific reading situation here over on the channel. Shout out to Tethered Studios. It's the archive you're on right now. Tons of great gems on this archive, so please take advantage of it while it's here in this beautiful planet. Anyway, so what we're going to do is we're going to pick a random zodiac sign live so that you know this is like live and extemporaneous and not like pre-planned. I'll give you a crystal oracle for an overview of the entire month, which just tells you like the kind of general thematic that will be pumping through your month. And then I'm going to use the major arcanas to do a 4-week breakdown, which is exciting. And then I'll use a minor arcana to sort of clarify. So, yeah, I'm feeling like Saturn in Aries has got me proper. So let's see who's up next for real. My big toe has been tingling. Isn't that something? Scorpio. Scorpio, let me give you some like fresh energy. Like I'm so thrilled about that. It's just like freaky because, yeah. I feel like Scorpio is probably going to be like, whoa, there was a lot of synchronicities in the first minute and 25 seconds of this message. So, wow, Scorpio, I feel like we're really like autonomously like synced up. Like you've got a different layer of like connectedness pulsing through you, Scorpio. Happy June. What the fucky, yo? I think you're going to really benefit from all this beautiful, loving, like water, expansive energy that we'll be getting in June. So that's super exciting. But yeah, I also think it's funny, like Scorpio, I feel, okay, I have like a inner child moment to share with you. So like as a child, my mom was either like, for me, predominantly working at the newspaper full time and also like would do like additional part-time work in like tax offices. So I have like a lot of like memories of like the interior of like 90s tax offices, and of which my mom was like tax assistant or something, whatever. So I'm thinking of how the way, like before I was filming, I was like, oh wow, like I feel like this sort of gray, you know, almost cold, like half of my face is sort of like overcast with my shadow. I feel like for Scorpio, it's like, that is the vision that I was getting, is just the true interiors, like what I look like right now, and just like the gray walls of just like, you know, a generic tax office, you know, from like the 90s, early 2000s. So that's just like where I spent a lot of my childhood at different points, like waiting for my mom to get off work. And so anyways, I'm just telling you that right now, this is like, that's like what I'm thinking about in terms of like how I look on the screen with you. But I feel like our energy is like, you know, meeting under nightfall, like, you know, like very like, oh my God, like type of frequency. It's very mysterious. It's not mysterious. It's almost like dark comedy, like dry to a point where it's like, it's like, what? Like, yeah. So maybe it's like, record scratch, freeze frame, like freeze frame. It's like, maybe that's the whole thing, is it's like there's all this mystique until it's like, or it's just like really like, yeah, a really natural experience that's meeting you. That's kind of the frequency. Anywho, let's keep going. Scorpio, you're taking me on a no. I get to do what I gotta do during Scorpio readings. Okay, Scorpio. Oh my God. Oh my God. I think that's what's happening, because like right now for me reading, I think my nervous system is responding to this sort of outpouring of love that I think is like piercing my heart at this time. But I'm also like responding in real time while I'm trying to channel. So I feel like this is like Scorpio's scorpionic way of like manipulating like my meat suit, because Scorpio has new love beginning for you in June. That's so specific and obvious and wonderful for Scorpio. Yeah, we've got the love card, rose quartz, and beginnings, petrified wood. You know what I mean? That's what I mean. It's like, it could be both like a pink stone, you know? It could be rose quartz, but it could also be fucking as ancient as petrified wood. You know what I mean? Like as like, you know, as valuable as that is, you know? And it kind of gives that, you know, these relationships where you can both chop the wood and carry the water, you know, with one another. And it seems like that's like yeah, I guess it's just like being in and of that experience, like feeling like I'm included in on the experience of like what you're really trying to do. I just want you to know, Scorpio, I really see you with what you're trying to do with this like loving new beginning, because I think it was about, Scorpio has this expectation that like the reunion is fucking litsky. Like it's your job to like make sure that we resurrect this properly. Now they're telling me like, yeah, like one of my like childhood school best friends is like organizing our 10-year reunion. And I just feel like that's kind of what they were telling me. Like you're the one that, you're like the class president that has to like remember in 10 years to like send organize a party for everybody to come back together and celebrate over. And like Scorpio is like, you're responsible for like the regeneration of something. So it's just like this crazy loving new beginning, like being so, I don't even, it's overwhelming my senses. And I know like, yeah, I just hear so many things. Like again, like, you know, Scorpio always is the one that reminds me like, don't you ever forget the camera loves you. You know, like Scorpio's always like reinforcing such a loving sense of value back to me. Probably because of my Taurus moon, but I just feel that way right now, Scorpio. It's like this love is very affecting. It's like you have the burden or the responsibility of like the replenishment of the water. Like how pure you are is how pure the experience is about to be for others. And so, you know, that's the frequency, you know what I mean? It's like cut and cold, you know, like it's about to really be what it's about to really be. But it's beautiful because I feel like for the high vibration, it's like, yeah, as Scorpionic as I am, thank God I'm not the actual villain that people like keep like spreading gossip about me that I am. Thank God I'm not actually on that, because God, it would fucking suck, because then we'd be like living through like all that power that I have going to that bullshit. So luckily, like I have an imagination, you know what I mean? Right? And I had an expectation that I was going to be able to, you know, think of something creative and ethical that would be great for everybody. And like, that's like what I was going to do all the time. I feel like Scorpio's on whatever. Scorpio, you're Scorpio is like, you're taking over the frequency. It's like that. That's like that vibe. So let's get into it. 7 minutes, 7:11. Mercy. Okay. So June 1st week, the 1st through the 8th. I'm sorry that we're like on day 5 of your first week, but Scorpio, I think that the reason I can come on day 5 is because by now this has already began. It has. Right now. Boom. Boom. Look for the loving new beginning because it just happened. Boom. Right? So June 1st through the 8th, let's see what our major arcana. Yeah, maybe a little bit of a tower moment. Yow. Scorpio, the first week, the high priestess calls you up out of your seat. You get what I mean? Rise up. Like, were you like, this is that bell. This is that, hello, it's me. The high priestess has made a judgment call the first week. Whoa, man. Curious as to what that could be. High priestess judgment. That is like some shit, bro. They're telling me to go ahead. I just saw synchronicity for tequila, so perhaps tequila is how we're feeling about it. Dude, the frequency is hilarious, bro. Based on where we're gonna be when we get the chance to run this out. Because it's exactly what we're thinking. It's exactly what we're feeling. It's a different way. Yeah, I just feel like this loving new beginning is like, it's alchemical. It's like actually creating a third party like element, you know, because of how well this fusion works. But anywho, high priestess judgment, like Scorpio. Whoa, ski, baby. I'm having like a trippy time reading right now. It's like a trippy read.
Yeah. Yes.
But anywho. Okay, bottom of the deck, I'm just going to let you know it's about union. Okay, so the high priestess has made a judgment call that it's union. That it's time to come into union. That the Ace of Wands that comes to you from June 1st to June 8th, that you obviously know exactly what the Ace of Wands is, not only will it show that, like, oh, we're healed and mentally stable, it's like we're already, like, we're complete, like, it's... This is some shit only the high priestess can do, right? This is that psychic directing your life, you know? Where it's like, this new beginning can like can really stabilize the connection. Because people are fully feeling their value first week. Scorpio, it's like we are fully feeling our value, 9 of Pentacles, our own independent value. Because just the nature of doing the 10-10, the nature of the Ace of Wands alone is like, oh shit, ski, for real ski. Oh my God, Tahine Cam. It's just because my phone is on the Tahine bottle right now. Yeah, that's the frequency, bro. It's Margaritaville. It's like, shit, bro. Shit, bro. But it's crazy. I also just feel like you thought this was dead ski, bro. You thought like, you know what I mean? You're like, no, I didn't do well enough. I didn't perform well enough. No. That's what I'm hearing. You hear it too, I know. You hear how these Scorpios are acting in the ether. They were like, no, like, you know when you're a child and you hurt yourself so bad, like you're so broken in your spirit over something, and you hit that 11:11, like that. Scorpio, what the fucky? What the fucky? Whoa, flooding the ether with your emotions. I'm hearing, table that. Like, I hear you had your finger on that red button. You're like, wait. Table that. You know, like, bipolar snap it, I'm back. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm working on it. Like, yeah, bro. Spirit said child acting is a hell of a drug, bro. Why are these kids performing? You know? They should just be. They are the show. The fucky. Anyways, whoa, Scorpio. So a lot going on there. First week. Yaski. Proper. Scorpio doesn't want me to give a message. They want me to show synchronicity. Like, that's what they need right now. They're like, they're so like to the party. They're like, okay, it's you. It's like, we're locked in. We're listening. We believe these messages. We're not just coming here for validation anymore. Now it's like, give me the magic trick. Boom, 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 boom. It's like, I want to see something. They don't even give a fuck. They're like, no, we know magic's real. We don't give a fuck, bro. We want to see some shit. First week. That's what Scorpio's on. It's like, okay, bitch, this is crazy. Like, it's that type of shit, bro. Like, the Ace of Wands that comes into you, like, right the fuck now, Scorpio, is like, what the fuck you? And I think to myself, Scorpio, you know deeply, like, oh my God, it makes you believe in, like, the highest power, bro. Because you're just like, brusky, there's so much that could come against this, like, being in my hands, in my face. What the fuck? It just reminds you that the universe is, like, so benevolent because, like, I don't know, you know what I mean? That you just know it'd have to be unconditional love to have made it through all the things, you know? Yeah, whatever. 13, bro. Scorpio shit. You know? High Priestess is like, yeah, so anyways, things will heal, but yeah, Ace of Wands, 9 of Pentacles. I'm good now. You know? I'm in my value. I'm ready to make bands. Scorpio, that's your frequency. And you just meet that. I just feel like there's this like 213, like there's this like, this High Priestess Scorpio frequency is like very, like I'm just thinking about my own energy. The birds are like, I'm just thinking, it's like, a lot of the first week has a lot to do with sacred numerology. For you, a lot of numbers adding up. It's like funny. I actually have the 500,000 to do just that. That's so crazy. Scorpio's frequency. That's what I'm hearing. What the fuck? Okay, second week of June. You know what I'm saying? The 9th through the 15th, Scorpio. Major Arcana. High Priestess Judgment? Jesus Lord. How in the fucking... Wow. Oh my God. Oh my God. You know that fucking feeling where you like hate when someone puts their hand over your mouth? But then it's like... But if it's like someone you're like deeply attracted to, you're like, okay. And they're just giving me that, like, there's like that one irritation that like only this person could ever do, or like only the nickname that this person could call you. You know, it's just some shit like that. Second week, Scorpio. That's what you're on. Because this is a magic love, you know? This is a love partnership that's based on like magical abilities. This is like new. Because for Scorpio, it's like out in the open. I get to like be in love with my life that's built on being magic. 15-15? I've never done that. Welcome to the dark side, Scorpio. We've been waiting for you. You know? The fuck, bro? Whoa. This is like, what? Like, King and Queen of Hell. Like, no, I'm just kidding. No, but it's like, again, you, like, that you realize, like, no matter what, like, you were just getting initiated through the flames, but, like, you're the flame keeper, Scorpio. Like, and so, you don't, like, yeah, I guess that's going on, the flame, you know, the fire happening around. But it's all happening around you. And this is the bigger archetype here, right? Which is that you weren't just meant to, like, be like, listen here, boys, I'll show you how to be like me. No, that's like not all, that's not even really what you're here to do. You're really here to like know that you play a part in this. Making a choice to say, God, I know you put this on my path. Type of shit on the second week. Ski. Tahi Kim. Oh my fucking God. I feel like the atom of the thing, you know what I mean? The nucleus of the thing is like really being highlighted. Like I keep getting like periodic table, like I feel like you came into contact with another element that just like shows you you're supposed to be a part of like an atom. It's like about to be like a atomic bomb. Is that what it says? Atomic bomb. Yeah, that's what I'm hearing. Play that song back. Yeah. Scorpio, that's your frequency. That's your frequency. That's your fucking week. Okay, third week. Let's keep going, Scorpio. This is crazy. Scorpio, you're so ready, bro. Third week, the Fool and Temperance. Scorpio, the world's about to get turned up into your intensity, and you're gonna be like so well versed in it that like it actually is like a light time for you by the third week. Like by the third week, like thank God you're in balance. Like I'm telling you, this is like an element. This is like something that like fixes like a chronic illness or something. Like reverses something that you were thinking like you were never gonna be able to reverse. Like it's like being balanced by this new, like again, this high priestess is like, yeah, made the judgment call. Then it ends up being like, oh, skirt, I was handpicked. Like I'm actually like propped up for the lovers. Like I have like a bigger destiny to fill here. And by the third week, it's like, I knew I was right to be living this like intense and like direct life, like to forward my life in a certain direction. I knew that because there was going to come a day where you really do feel like brand new again. And it's just like by feeling like, I think Scorpio, you were feeling like, yeah, like never in time, not like oh, I don't feel like anything's happening on time. I feel like you never felt like you were in the rhythms of the universe. And this month, Scorpio, lets you know, like, yeah, you're on a divine, like, you know, because I feel like sometimes when you are the wave, you get what I mean? You forget, like, you don't get the wave, you are the wave. So sometimes when you need that fucking, it's nice to have like a wave come into you when you usually are the wave, is what I want to say third week. It's just like, it, yeah, Scorpio, sorry, I just like, this is just truly, because it's like an Aries to a Sagittarius being connected through the funnel of like your development into your King of Wands. Like, it's like being just a flame, but being taught by the master the third week. Like you're so excited to like initiate yourself into like Scorpio, I think it's a big deal what you're already at within yourself, like how aware you are of yourself, but to have like found out that through this connection that it's like, oh, I'm supposed to be even better than what this is. Damn. Like that's the frequency. This is because I was getting just like Karate Kid, like the original, like I'm getting the initiation of like, because you come into a master fire temperer as a primordial flame, it's just the perfect opportunity for maturation. It's like the third week you're unlocking how you're going to transform into the next phase. Like I think the Scorpio's known where the fuck they're going to go with like what it's got to be next. But I think like you don't know the transition. And this is like the transition. This is like things that help you age with grace. Like I think, there's not going to be some like deadly like fall off like that. It's like, no, it was always about me. It's going to continue to be about me. But it's also going to continue in this like, it will always be the same prophetic unfolding. Like whatever the intensity and speed of your life is, it's just going to keep, because that's your energy signature. So like I said, this is like not being afraid to like grow in your magical abilities, Scorpio. Now that you know like some of this, like I just feel like a deep sense of like core family, like chosen family frequency, but also like, this deep sense of like a context to believe in, to belong to, that if I've done so much with my life and I've achieved so much with my life, I think it's really important for me to have some sort of like context that I can look forward to that evolves me into a more holistic version of even what I serve now. So the 16th to the 22nd, it's like you get to be the grasshopper for the first time in a long time. And when I say that, it's not even because it's like anything like that. It's just like, there hasn't been a new body of knowledge that like really excited you to like master within yourself. Like you are really excited for some time to reflect and get better at something. And I think you are being provided the vehicle to do that, in the third week. Like having the foresight that's like, yeah, like I said, this is like I got into my dream school type of thing, like within myself, like knowing that I'm going to be able to enact the journey I want to enact moving forward, Huge. So crazy. And the fourth week is the 23rd through the 30th. Whoa, Scorpio, your week is fucking crazy. Scorpio is the prophecy. Scorpio, you are in the prophecy somehow. Like somehow your energy is like in the prophecy of what's going on. And I think for some Scorpios, it's just about like making sure that I get this message to you so you have the awareness of that. It's like you are deeply embedded in this prophecy. I think you are a part of the prophecy of this high priestess energy that it's like, sorry, like the high priestess is like, fuck what you're on. Like, I know you're over here feeling sorry for yourself because of all the times you were fucking shit staying in the lagoon. But it doesn't matter, it's time, like type of shit. And it's time because it's a part of a prophecy. And I think this month, from the start to the end, you can already tell what's about to unravel in like 30 days time is going to be cinematic, to say the least. Truly, honestly. And you've like completely taken over the frequency here. Like, I don't even know. Like, I would just have to watch this back objectively because I like my head is so empty. I just think that that's what like is coming into Scorpio. It's like your head is like empty. You don't have to have any fucking thoughts about like this choice and like divine, like what's something like partnership that is coming into your life that is like on your path. And this is like partnership that's like, I know you may not feel it yet, or maybe you are just finding out about this, but you're on my path, so you're gonna have to catch up quick. It's like totally reminds me of Aries, where like Aries tends to like jump into the prophecy before they're even conscious they've already jumped into it, the sun. And you're understanding all of that. Wow. It's just like, wow. Wow. Whole electricity in my body. This month is real. You are going to birth something this month that you are being shown at the top of the, like, that's exactly what I see it. From the high priestess to the sun, she sees a vision. Mary Magdalene knows she will be delivering this fucking child into this ether, and there's there's what she needs to do so. There's the child's role in it, and then there's successfully doing everything that comes into fruition. Right? Two of Swords, Two of Cups. Like, this is like a partnership that you both intuitively connect with, but is also verified by spirit. Like, your two swords don't conflict. You know, spiritually. Which can be new for you, Scorpio. Because I believe this love that's beginning is meant to help you purify your spiritual energetics in this new cycle and phase of your life. That's the thing that I think Scorpio's gotten most of the goals they wanted because they've like lived so much life. You know, that the only thing that I think they're really yearning for is more like spiritual upkeep and maintenance and support in that realm. And this is exactly that. Because when a deeply important partnership, a choice and partnership comes up, and and the person that you're trying, that is on the table here is like, yeah, I feel spiritually to this. It's like, I will make this happen because God is guiding me towards it, not just because it's something that's coming out of my like will or my desire. You know, seeing the vision of it. You know, and it just heals. I feel like every negative. You understand why it's like, because it's this. It's like the awareness that sometimes things don't work out because there's something else for you. Like, you know what I mean? And it isn't about going and hitting sticks because you got yourself in way too much juicy doo-doo. Trying to use all your magic up on just like bumping sticks, bro. That don't got shit to do with shit, bro. Because, again, I think, Scorpio, you're deeply in tune with yourself, but I think like you're not going to cap on a feeling, you know? So you make like conclusive decisions, you know, often in your life based on like, well, look, if I'm not feeling something, I'm not feeling something. If I am feeling something, I am feeling. So I'm like, you're making those decisions all the time. But I think this activation, because I think it's a prophetic love that Scorpio was looking for. That's what the title of your shit is. You write you down, Scorpionda. All right, let's see. Wonderful. So, yeah. You, like, are the prophecy of, like, you, like, it's like, yeah. So, good for you, for sure. But, I mean, really and truly, this month is, like, yeah, it's exactly that. It's like you are going to be initiated to begin something that you are a fool at, like a fool for a love situation, a love that begins for you that is prophetically aligned. So there is like a certain level of like truth and decorum, a certain level of like expectation from the divine on how like we like upkeep this. So just be conscious of that. Be aware that you should be seeking, you know, like I said, the bottom of the deck is the Hermit. So I feel like whatever you just integrated, like really use that, because I think you have a very recent fire, like that you threw a lot of shit, a lot of people into a fire very recently, that I also feel like second week of June, you like get to like, oh, let me tell you how bad it got. And I think it's just going to bring the love so much closer because it's just going to reinforce it. Like, yeah, when separation from true love is like a mess. Let's just be honest. Like, if I could like have a different byline for my fucking first documentary, Batch of Crazy, like, you try to separate the lovers, it's gonna get fucking ugly as fuck. You know what I mean? So I just feel like, yeah, this Two of Cups, right? Like, and it's like, again, the prophetic initiation. Like, these are two people who are like, I think we're supposed to be, yeah, tip of Two of Cups, you know? I felt like that, yeah, you know? And again, over on this end, we're really trying to recover the feelings that we've sacrificed, you know, through the abusive paradigms that we had to like be brought up in. So, Scorpio, love it. Amazing message. I don't have anything else to say. That's all. I'll see you like in the field, Scorpio. That's like how I feel. Scorpio's gonna be outside. Anyways, kisses.